kwatinoswera tichitamba ndigumombe wakomana. Welcome to the Simuka sketch show. My name is Dr. Vikela, usual host, and this week we bring you nothing but exhilarating and exciting cutting-edge news that is news from the south, news that is only made out of superhero action movies, nothing else. Superman, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor Man, you name them. So, welcome to the show, and today on the first item we're talking about vaccine. So the Sinopharm vaccine came in a few weeks ago, and there was, won't take it, we'll take it. And then, died down, people didn't take it, others did, and others keep getting it. And we were worried, this one has never been tested. And Whopper was there, like, never tested. And he took it. And then now it's like the new normal. We just complain to the government, land reform, and then Chamisa gets a farm, and then we keep quiet. That's more like it, and it keeps coming that way. But then the main issue here is when the Sinopharm vaccine came through, we saw there was silence. No government ministers, but only the general himself, General Bay. He went to the airport and he received the vaccine. And everyone was like, General Bay, And then we knew that something was amiss. And then, people were like, eh. But then the new one came, Sinovac vaccine. And then we saw them coming out, guns blazing. The president, the ministers, the deputy ministers, the ministers, everyone. Like, it was so congested that the only cars that you would see in the road were like from government issued cars, and these guys were there. That's when we knew that the first one was either a fake, and this one was the real one, the real deal. So this is where I can safely say to people that get the vaccine, because when you see them going out, now you know. But now that we've seen them going out, and kutambira kwakaita kuti zvapano head of state achiuya muzimbabwe anotambirwa nani mukuru wenyika anditi kuti zvine mukosha zvine uremu ndapasada zvine mukosha mukuru zvine kaukosha kazvinazvo kuti iri racheneswa iri. So let's go and get the vaccine. I mean, like the Sinovac. What I don't get though is like hope right around this Sinopharm rakadhakwa, and kuti my guinea pigs ndora akazorowa mazuya ojas manje atiyaziva kuti achaita sekuzaona akunurwa 2 mashots ka 2, and shikiria shikiria. Moving right along, Monica Muchangwa's children got vaccinated, yet they are not an essential service. Stop there. What is an essential service? Who is an essential service? I mean, do we, like, ukaona tisina form of employment, do you know what even manesa nima teacher, you begin to doubt. Okay, vakatonyora kuti vapinde kutraining at that moment. That's when you masama Oliver wakwana readiness makuti essential service ndo vaita sei siaiva name. So these guys, they apparently skipped the line and went on to get vaccinated, and that's a problem. I mean, really? Is it? Is the problem, guys? Is it? Because mapesa has to kufa, imuda kufa. Ani makati vaccinate yakadhako, imakati mavaccinate ya mazombi. Anditi, boys likati start kumhanya makwashora. And I'm chichi. Yeah, man. I mean, look at it from the hindsight. These guys, like soon after they got the vaccines, they went straight away to the club, started showing off chichi. Imagine what they are doing to the GDP. Gross domestic products of this country. I'll break it down to you if I'm not this. Could these guys, with all the money that they have looted, they didn't loot it, like the money they have, and they go into a club, they make it rain. Picture me rolling, and then they get some girls. Okay, they buy beer. Already they are pushing the GDP by buying beer, income tax, pay as you earn for. Validated tax, and then they get the girls. That's where every kind of tax you think of. The one like one of our catch, and when about $10 catch $5. I'm not saying no matter such. Tango research for this show only. Dollar pays you in validated tax, income tax, expenditure tax, leaking tax. Can you give me a fuck tax? So you are talking of these people giving the country credence We want them alive. We don't want them to die with the money. No. Let them live. So we can know that the country is getting from taxes. Essential products, essential workers. These are there for the economy. We saw a whole vice president fail because of this essential work, only because he did it without registering the essential workers that he was dealing with. Oh, and why now? Those are registered essential workers. Why it was a zero? Could you hold up in the road block? It's essential worker. You will see. What else did you know? Yeah, what? Moving right along with the show, we have another scary but, well, my vet runner. My vet. It's scary. In normal news, Samantha Carr and Tyrone Carr convicted for murdering their son and young brother. Tyrone confessed the gruesome murder after he had an accident and was in a critical condition. So if you remember, so I am a vet. My vet ndio kuti kana kabatwa kana ma vet anditi toti mu vet ari married anga over ojika munhu ndio kuti mveti kana angomuka makusena I feel like the son is warm today. They confess. You know what, darling? So when we went to Bali last year, I got drunk, and you know, Therese, one thing led to the other. We had sex. It's been killing me. It's been terrible. But my boy, even if you caramba. Very evidence. So it's in our nature. But this is normal. So this guy, I got accident over Auraya Moon, and it impacts in Auraya Moon. So apparently Auraya Moon accident, I can't live with my conscience. The white in him came out. Those are corruption. 15 billion now in tax because of any conscience. But I know she some garden, stuff from so fire. So to the brother we say that's in this, but Hans brother white can one in Goma, or one in Toriro, or one Maragada, and I raw moms. Welcome to be married drugs. So this guy's like, we've had enough of this guy, and then they killed him. So to you we just say, don't put the law in your hands. Don't, unless it's necessary. But don't no to murder. Even the drug dealers, no matter never. Munhu feel for a yeah, go. So vet. Some good times. So I don't raminda na honest work. Waguri mana. Moving right now with the show, we move away from the white grand show to Zaka no Pisa. And you know, Zaka, Jerera growth point. Kubachikura. And it ties out kune hanyanani, tomachikwa chivi. And it those are kune Zaka no Pisa. Kuzaka anti tomachikwa Zaka tomana to yochi buruka bus makusenga uchinda kubasu that bosi wakapfeka izodzi wakaipfeka bosi ukadzi wakaipfeka unodzokera uchisiya like zvitoma zvekuzakanzi zviri so courteous zvinokudza kuti wakutofa hanzi uri wambama nezizi rekuzaka iwewe unoona kutaura kuti izvoni unotaura chokwadi chausingazive kuti kwanisi 2018 election nozvochamusa won the election warowa nechitoma chekuzaka anditi uchaura chimwe chokwadi chisipo chenhema. So in Zaka Jerera, it's a case of hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. In this case, 3 witches were conspiring to eat their children, believe it or not. And under Chief Musavengana, Chief Mpakwa in Musavengana village, fact. So vaita vasekunodya vanhu vasovachetota no nyambano yekunze chaenzonaka. Like, you know how it is with the chicken, I'm broiler, so these guys are like, actually that's what they move. So I got it's not really like marinated well. So Kuchka, I mean like kuchka, not kuchka, like you think no kuchka like kutochka. No ajka. Suppose go 3 yo ndiye ngachichikwa manje. Iyo ndopakata problem manje kanza maya wangu ajikike. That's ukuthi ji ajiki. And then so these guys ended up going kuna vashe kuti aiwa isusu basa redu nderekudya vanhu but uyu munhu chi ari kuramba kuti tidye chi mwana wake. How come? Is tikati sesimuka sketcho, what do we do? Tikati aiwa regai tiende kwa chief mpakwa musavengana village tindo invite the three witches. I won't promise you anything. I won't promise you whatever they will pitch up, they won't pitch up, they are here, they're not here. All we know is we did our level best to make sure that we have them in the studio and they can be able to share with us what transpired. Welcome, fellow viewers. Like we said, the Simuka sketch show, they go where the story is or the story comes to us. In this particular case, we didn't need to fly. We didn't need to go to Zaka, they flew to us. I have in the studio two of the witches that their children vakajirwa vana vakarihirwa vana tinawo nhasi mustudio medu saka ndokuchingamidzai mustudio medu nemufaro.
Pana mufaro satinyangadza tore aiwe tokudya
saka ndaida kuzoti hamusi kunyara here nekubuda pachena kuti muri varoi
zvonyadzisa izvozvo
kunguda ngoziva chete kuti vanhu vakanda havadonzi varoi
todada nazvo.
saka mwana wamaifanira kudya uyu nyaya yacho yakazofamba sei? makazomupiwa here kwasha?
toda todya iwe
mandisekutinovabvisa rona
unozora mafuta api
chimira ndipedze zvo. Saka imi pavana tingati pavana vamungati vanhu vane mukurumbira vamungada kudya ndevapi? Vana vamungada kudya ndavapi?
watidandinai pano
ndanda ndiwisi
todya iwe vetimudye
alright. Saka ndichida kujoina ndakuda ndizojoina ndanga ndichida kutongobvunza kuti kana ndida kuuyawo ishekisheki yedu here ndauramba kurikiwo ndondonasi pane izvozvi nemtuzilana chirongwa chapera asi handi mufanira kuminisa ndomira ndine covid ndine covid wow ndoba unozogaya kuti saka kana zvemashuwa-shuwa kana zvemashuwa-shuwa zvichishanda zvekudya vanhu izvi zvekuti kana chikunotodya munhu asina zvaaita ko vanoonekwa vane zvavaita vaya ngobvunza vangu kuti kwaroya vandii kutombonodya vanhu vaya like handi kumbodya mwana wemunhu asingazivi zvakwanisa kuti onekwe mune munhu anenge achikudzvinyirira yanditi chikuti munharaunda mamuri niye varoya vachona saka ineffective ndezvekunyepa munhu udya kamunhu tozati munhu yaaenda akagara 40 years nemunhu 1 ari pachigaro utadza munhu anomudyawo anovika. Moving right along with the show, Justice Lois Matanda Moyo's office was broken into recently and she had to move kunosenzera kumba because office mama bioma files. We are not yet sure which files, but we just know that files were stolen. That's where we are failing to connect with this whole story. Varukuti ma files akabiwa mu office me Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission commissioner. What I'm saying is kuti it's not new, and but what I know is no matter how much we will try to find answers, we won't find answers. Trust me. I remember way back when the office of the VP, the then VP, when Emma break into, I think 7, 8 dozen times. But nanas, even while we don't even know what was stolen. This is not new. We know. It's either I will be robbed any much gar or I will be robbed. Never know. Never know. Euroseekers calling. Never know. No. But what I'm saying is, if these people that are saying that they're catching criminals cannot be able to identify which document was stolen, then what are we doing? So I thought my paper, I have no file, my complaints. I think you can also my CVs can have my big corporate school, my strong okay, TMG, my CV, you can say, I know what's going on. Okay. MSU, I don't know, MSU, no. Nast. Fella want to be nasty, they are too full of I know. Use it, full of themselves, use it. GZU. We ever told them it was an university. Lupin University. It's a fly invested. Lupin University. So loose. Masawata. Hey, my chunks. Chino University of Technology. What have they invented? Yeah. Harare Poli. At least I'll try Mamari. This is how they are doing it. There is disorder, nothing. What I do say vasingazive Hapana filing system. So they don't have like a and the app. Then they go to their soft copies and say, a soft copy, my files for reference nothing. So I told you, I know you can actually vote file. We have no way of giving any information. So I got to be saying you guys, because I've got information you can check it all. And don't worry, guys, you're safe. It might be a file. So I was not fair, wasn't to Akaba. And to your defense, I'm your lawyer. To Mamina, I'm here. I'll defend you. Like, how do we know that the file is not cooked? Because some files were stolen. And they don't know which ones were stolen. What if the one on my client was the one stolen? Your Honor, it's prejudicial. This is circumstantial evidence. We have to dismiss. If it doesn't fit, we have to acquit. I tell you, all those cases should be thrown out now because this has lost value. What? How do you even comprehend kuti tinema files abiwa, tine issue white city repenting, tine issue 15 billion repenting, tine issue drugs repenting, motamusive. So today in the studio we've invited an expert of missing files. We call him the missing files and Pandora boxes expert to come through and help us understand the circumstances around the missing files, whether it's here or there or not. Like we were talking about the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption, I don't even know if I can call them Anti-Corruption Commission. What I'm going to know the clear cage phone here. Zimbabwe Anti-Clear Cage. In the studio we have an expert from the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission, Chef Magadi.
Fine away.
Good. So I just want to pose to you a few questions here. Can you explain the filing system at ZAC?
You see, these are the schematics. These are the schematics of the West. You know, all these shenanigans is just the West trying to tarnish our government name. We are doing well with our filing system in ZAC. So I don't see why people should be bothered in asking all these questions. You are not asking about the progress you are making in terms of fixing the roads. You are busy going straight for things that is not going to pass.
I'm sorry for that. Who is to blame for these missing files that have led the commissioner to go and work from home?
Who say there are any missing files? This is just people writing nonsense in these papers. There are no missing files. Everything is there. Why would you want to say there are missing files with ZAC? We are the people that are looking for people that are missing. Money that is missing. We are the ones that look for that. So why not give us the credit for looking for those people? Why?
So like, are there any people that you have arrested so far in terms of ZAC on corruption grounds?
We cannot talk about the arrest you are making because these are ongoing investigations. We don't want to disturb the investigation that the police are doing. So we can't mention these things because we'll be jeopardizing these investigations.
So what is the news on the investigation of the missing files in the office of the commissioner?
I can't talk about an ongoing investigation, young man. You want me to divulge information that is just privy to the police? Right now, you are going against the constitution. Why do you want to disturb the investigation of the police? Are you supporting the West? Were you given the money to do these things? Are you part of the people that are giving money to do these things?
Cut. When the West comes to the West, I never support the West. Missing files expert in Pandora's box expert from SAC. Thank you.
Get your facts right before you call me for such interviews. You don't just tarnish our name as a government institute. You don't do that, man.
You have an iPhone.
You don't do that.
With an iPhone. You can afford an iPhone. There you have it. He works for the government and he has got an iPhone 11. How much does it cost? $2,000 US. What's his salary? Do the math. Moving right along, this is just a story. We're just going to sweep through it. Nothing fancy, nothing what. So it's not even entertainment. I can't say it's in stereo news. So Jirimbis will certified fake, and they have halted like the whole proceedings until KitKat brings an ID. So it's okay. It's right, guys. It's right. The fact that you're not KitKat guy, it means Hapana ID who is called KitKat. Then he said, I must say the KitKat guy. Must have him a game. Stop it, I like it. Like, what's the insinuation? Okay, KitKat. Why do you know that Jonathan Saiba Msoro Bangu bring ID KitKat? Okay, what man is called KitKat? It was Yasu Arumachinzichi, Joe Wood, Kanaguti, the excavator, the KitKat. Yeah. So my name is KitKat. I'm here with my IT. Oops, I dropped it. Let me pick it. We'll see how that unfolds, whether the wheel is going to pass or not. Moving on to the next story. North End Lodge in Bulawayo was robbed apparently, but we tried to track the story. The story was broke out by Mkoma Zenzele on Twitter. He said that it was, and I'm like, Mkoma, nyaje kunetsa utinyanzo kumhanya because imini ndimeka vaiziva. Saka yanzo said imini pa mama lodge apa. Muri wanovona wakarobwa. Makashika umabisa upfeka ere. Because the issue is imini ndimango inyora Mkoma. Mkazo muzotudza kusketcho. Because issue ndeyekuti muna no skambasina upfeka anda lodge kwa tati kwarobewa. Maybe anenge abatwa ari mudeni musiri make chishisho bamuzomhanya. Owarobwa zvimashua. Saka ngokupera mntu batsiro information and otherwise tozofura pamwe ndimama. Maro wanywana ku North End. North End kona ngale. Utatisika bobo isikamla mayezi uthi hayi kona ngale ngizoyidinda le nduku induku uNkulunkulu unikile uthi hayi bodo zweke. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Let me shoko Babadi na mate madanda idibe mwanangu idibe mwanangu. Like, guys, this is Victor Matemadanda apparently was celebrating his master's degree, not PhD, master's. It's like the point is, he didn't want a first degree. First, what was his first degree? Because I'm not from no, business. That's business, G. Business, G. That's business, G. Business management, business administration. So Victor Matemadanda apparently got his master's during COVID. We haven't seen any graduations of late. We haven't seen any even online. I doubt maybe we should, but we say. Ndara degree ni makarona kupi so that we can apply to sota kana zvakaoma nongorwana chi or maybe makango phone Maybe. But my point, my question is, at his age, he's celebrating a master's degree. Where does he see himself progressing to? Well, I hope that song did not fool him. Kuti tatambira shoko ravachiwenga vamuhati mama muchinguri namatemadanda vachiti idipe like nokuti kuti muhati adona saka funga kuti iye anozokwana pakuti tatambira shoko ravachiwenga mama muchinguri namatemadanda. Ndaona pane zvetrenyu mudhara makaipa amite but dai vamune PhD maipinda because mudhara nemadokta kaini munozviziva dr CGDDN dr imudhara nemadokta pana madokta uye akadona vasingazive doctorate angatora doctorate siriro angatora PhD in PhD in boom boom saka imimi munhu akange mune resume inokuti ati musvike papo because and also like inangwa nimbleme like as innocent as they were, and him blame because we know Gokwe, and we know Gokwe. He is the MP for Kuwe Central, and we know Gokwe. We have to commiserate now. Even to Chitova Pai Chinjugo Jojo, Midlands is just like Matebele Land. Only that Midlands is Matebele Land, no private school. And it's a privilege, but it's one and the same thing. It's one and the same thing in terms of Kungo, social like behind and things like that. So, I mean, people have a problem with that. I don't care. The only thing that I will ask is, my gatherings, mom's not asked for me to wear. She's not going to come in. I'm told I'm going to go COVID. She's not so eager. My part, come on. Kumariro kunzi kuenda 130 but kupati ngafanadza mariro nepati ye masters woman saka nayi mukafarira masters mwana wenyu anozofarira ikundara. But they say you never stop learning. I will also go and get my grade 7 certificate needs so because it's taught when I'm writing masters ngavashinyora kuti at gore rakati was grade 7 and he got 4 units, form 4 he got 5 A's, in form 6 he got 2 points, in first degree rakati. We want to know the gap between the first degree and the masters, so we know the intentions very well. Because remember, when I got a certificate in international relations, online issued, also one a masters, foot like go. My problems there to stand out suana, munadzingwa. Guys, Shakespeare's man is very important. Shakespeare's man is very important. Or even better, mdara kandai sivire nkono ngari oye. Because we're looking for interns at Simuka, and we are looking at people with a master's degree because we feel like we need to penetrate we feel like want to outwit a bus stop, analyze a boom, want to push them out of the business, and we know the tactics. They can work. So the masters renyi kana musna aya kanjiwa kana shikaram post here. Come on. It's a big home. We are a big home. And you know what? I hope I'm not going to because I hope I'm not going to party so slaughter mombe because joboga motora baba zvikana jobogo zvinotoketa nyaya dzokuda kuti sange kuuraya mombe izikumba kwedu ubaba ndiri kuita panabisa tisu tina madegree akawanda kadoko ndo kasina kuti zakane degree re-economics renyu riri pasi pe-economics aiko makauraya huku kana mbudzi todhilane zvataura mutora zvopo economies of scale. We move over to entertainment news. Stana fires his media team when they post Holy 10 on their page. And people were up in arms. Hey, Stana, hey. I say, well done. Momento di brillianto. Well done, Stana. We score contota. Hi, ushaile bola mambuleni. That was the way to go. Sakamundu zot imimi. Maidare imimi. Zanu pia fifa naenda pa page pa you post out izoni. Kutula izenzo kutula pa page rayo. Kazona zanu nyoro ti EDS failed. Ndizamza mandu tezezwe. And that is zanu nyoro ezvo. Eme. Zvavano kwanzi ni zvakafana kuti itipe examples of mama exam ndechi Pepsi. Zvavano like Pepsi, you address la Coca-Cola. Pepsi version. You know what? We are good, but Coca-Cola is also good. eme aba oliteno chari kupisa oh dzione vatozvonaka iuri oyerere oye uneka soft kanoda wega unoona hama samba asiyana because ione kokachila uri mumota mako uri bosi pakara hoyerere chachiri kure makombi handiti oyerere kana riri godo dzoraisha idzi masongs anonzwa uri mukombi because inochiti vanhu vari kuroya chiri mukombi because kana unosita bhegi kaunofunga zvakawanda vanandi then uneka soft kanoda una madam basa uneka soft kanoda iwe hondira munhu iye uri garo pechi pako zvakafana kwanzi right now to poster kuti bus stop inopisa papeji resimuka comedy kana nzi pambe nanaiza boom udichikeyo even naiza boom akatogadzira klasi madoko because angatozviona kuti angatori special class achiisa papeji pake zvinoda kuti guys mwana womanta misheti raanofila and Stana was right to fire those people and when they are unhireable they are akanyora mazita oh that's very unpatriotic. According to the Patriotic Act, you cannot. It's subversion of a constitutionally elected government. Yeah, that's another clause we need to visit. And it's only subversion of a constitutionally elected government. My government don't want the constitutional. Elected, right? But I can show quote issue order because take elect. Moving on to sports news. Rema Sports isn't lalo, umjolo, where we dance, dancing. We talk of sports. Hubert Angel has been made a goodwill ambassador by the government of Zimbabwe, contradicting an earlier. Sunday America Nyoroti goodwill ambassador. For what he's doing, guys. Might as well have made Jinimbi goodwill ambassador. Passion Java, dance so Mari. Chatunga akatekera pana brongo nembanje panhamo yasoja love saka muiteka kuti ambassador and let's look at the substance of the work because mchinda uyu paakabva muno musoro ndizuro vaiti hanzi a fraudster prophet on the run taireva muchinda iyeyo UK and Ireland kune nyaya dzakawanda hanzi mufanha ari kurova kwanzi he is more hardening families in UK and Ireland. And we hope the government should look into that and, just get to the bottom of it and understand what is the man of cloth or is the man without cloth. You should get what I mean. What's going to have a man without cloth? Mama, ngotaura kuna mama ndozvati muchaona kapata program yenyaya yamukudzidzisa vasikana hunhu neubuntu neprobity yayo ukangona makomitizo yayo tanga kuwana mafood endawo dzinoziva kuti haisati yapinda anodya mufeso wake ati musheseka ngotaura zvangu so zvimwe zvinizvi mufanira ku dzimwe nzendo taurai madzoka zewara trust no munhu uyu once bitten twice shy. In international news, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, M7 as they call him, he published a report on corruption. Well, let's give him a round of applause. I mean, for the first time ever in Africa, a sitting president has published a report. Right? If you ever had a sound of saying you are shooting yourself, so this guy, when you are releasing those figures, you should at least, So, panoma kuka kuti kana akuda oita nga corruption nacho iri pass so that unonga kuti uyo uri kugona basa but ukazobisa figures ari high manje apa iwe ndiwe boss wanu it kuti iwe ndiwe corruption because iwo ungatiputsira figures ekuti corruption iriko his generals, the ones that presided over his election, and the ones who came out and said it was free and fair, you saw them. They were sitting there, the generals. He won free and fair. Today you say these generals, they've got corruption amounting to 70%. Simon Pachimda. Kaguta, the corruption, Manika. And the traffic 67%, CID 57%, land office 53%, upper land, upper right 53%, right. Public service and health 47%, that's a good number, because it will below 52 respecter. District Service Commission 45%, agriculture 43%, so I'm going to be on my general, vari kumubira iye mabhuraibu ake anofanira kasvika kwaari ndosaka avanyira pa 70% kaguta. But if it was in Zimbabwe, isusu tikaipa guys, takaipa bvunza maG40 anga aripo 15 billion yakashaika sekuseka. So Zimbabwe to be straight away 100% throughout, because kana kuzaki kuti kuna kuti break in koshaikwa mafiles acho ndei. This is the anti-corruption. Havatoziye mafiles abiwa. If we can't trust you with those files, or with simple knowledge of saying, how then do we trust you with even catching the said criminals? I mean, bit common sense. Moving on in international news, we cross over from Uganda, we just jump into Kenya. Asante sana. Tirimu Kenya mumu. 2 Kenyan university students, Anthony Mwangi and Anne Wambai, hacked 228,000, is it Kenyan shillings? They robbed a bank to steal again 1.739 million. Kubank, vairowa bank. But Hapana vakaipa. Ndokumbura kuti mungu waya kuno comes with manotsa. Timbo dilane wakomana was atikuza mune mari. Tomododa budget every year. We've made a surplus, and therefore the surplus is going to push Zimbabwe to the next. Ankube, emwe. Sati kumbura boys mungu waya wamubatsira kuti muza mune mari yakure kutora. Muza mune mari. Irimwe kadamuna. So one of the guys had actually tweeted on Twitter, akaudza bengi rorota ano masisins nyari week. Why? Hande mangu wabira maganyarra msnabaru. Why do you raise red flags? Moving on with the show. I hope you're enjoying the show. Please subscribe, and please come on, tell others. Udzaiva vaone show vanakiro so that zvinongotenderera muoni mumwanditi kupinda man. Moving on, we bring you, this is a segment that we bring when we want, when we feel like doing it. It's called the patriotic segment. In the patriotic segment today, we are saying we are patriotic Zimbabweans. The bulea that we know is a toilet. Mandun den dun den dun den den den. Takavuma kusainirana agreement. We knew it that they are going to follow suit. We lead, they follow. So the president of the republic vakataura vakati kaona usina kuvaccinatwa kana supuka ukwiri basa upindi and the British, they followed through the footsteps of the master. Recently, Boris Johnson says, the PM for Britain, he said, kana usina kuvaccinatwa, if you're not vaccinated, you will not get a job. And I'm like, oh, we lead, others follow. Chief is like, I'm going to copa master my policies in the man. The next thing, chana ma copa, chana ma deputy PM, go out and my office, chana ma China, because we know this coping, we know coping. Chana ma opposition, you go to Nyara, Ngamata Mgomo, Bastana ma solutions, chana ma journalists go to go, remediating Pamari, Reseri, chana, Charge one mchiko tukopa, chiko bisema masanjisi, chiko kana tukopa katoka ratangu kunyora blueprint ndio ya unyanzu wedu. Chona kuita mapotros kuna Britain iko huko. Chona mvura isikata rane mtape. Chona maketsa kwenda. Zese Britain, besa Britain. Chona besa, yakwendisa tokumbira wa Britain kuti zungu ratangu wirana. Arisa zvinetsa nemi. Because isusuka will come there. ATZD. Moving on with the show, we go on to our commercial break. Those that pay the rent, we know these guys don't even know. They don't even realize that they are paying rent. But these guys, this spoiler this week, they didn't even know actually they were paying the rent because they don't even know that they pay other people's rent without them even knowing. We cross over the commercial break to those that pay the rent. We hope one day one of you guys is going to pay the rent.
This is the advert section. Today was sponsored by TM Pick and Pay. Someone picked without paying. Together with Stuart Bank. Stuart Bank was just giving people and taking from people. As usual, take and give. A Kunema company is called Paloka. Mazzara. Sounds like Mazzara company. Yeah. They were just giving people. So they sponsored the show. Thank you so much for people that are sponsoring the show. Yeah, thanks Stuart Bank for giving my Zara. Pakaloka. Investments. Thank you! 22 million nirimuno. So investors are coming in and sponsors are coming in. Zek wanted to sponsor this show, but the files are missing. Thank you, Zek, for sponsoring this show.
Unotozanzi kwanzi ndobhengane masichuwa zitowazi ari mubaiperis adaris akuna zvakadaris. Moving on to the segment that makes the show, the segment that you love so much, the segment that you always this it was admitted visa from next week because you seems like commendation. We move on to Asia. The weather. If you even passed geography, even if we name masters recent, this show is not meant for you. Let's cross over to Asia. The weather. Because you never know. It's neither here nor there.
Nerakanaka muri Zimbabwe tokuchingamidzai ku Asia the weather with Asia the weather. So unfortunately nasi weather yedu iri kungo small like yakaganuka and these are two notions we see yakaganuka. What I mean is the map iri half, so I'm only going to give you the weather the north side, in fact north and east, the other side is south and west atina. So nzvimbo idzodzi inzvimbo adzo dzinongopisa munotongosiya nyuti nzvimbo dzagara dzinopisa, so there's nothing much to talk about. Yes, munenge muchida kunzwa weather zvenyu, but there's nothing much to talk about because kuri kungopisa like kubva makuseni manheru. So yeah, alright. Kutaura chokwadi ka azviwedha ngatimbosiyane nazvo, ngatitaure zvemadhemu kuti madhemu akaita sana marwanyati, vanana hunyani, vanana lechivero vakazara. Mino vasina kuzara. Vakatemu ichitadza kuzara. Forgive me guys, I'm sorry to azviseke kuti temu ndotadza kuzara. Akati okay, so we are going to talk about madams. So marwanyati is 97% full, Lake Chivero 55% full, unyani 65. Unyani is it a dam? I'm sorry ndapiwa ndakasanganisirwa madhemu. Kutaura chokwadi weather yanhasika aunondinyorera chaizvo kati handizvo musoro wangu ndipe weather chaichaiyo. Yes, aindikutaura shuka.
There you have it, Asia, the weather. We are saying we are trying to push the 2 million jobs. That's why Arba Graft Munhu because my numbers, statistics, employ people, improve at the data line. Last but not least, we close off the show with international recognition. Zimbabwean star Tino Tenda, Tinoba. It's possible. So, and Tino Kadeo, Tino Zimbabwean ace Tino Kadewere and Zimbabwean stalwart Marshall Munets, they clashed in a French League 1 match between Reims and Lyon, where Tino Kadewere scored the solitary goal to win the match. And after the match, I was watching Jana Majes. So I moved out of the matters of Chinja. So I'm not you, Leon, you, Masha, it's Memphis, Defay, or the Jess Racket. You could have what upon whom Nani, Jess, they should different. Udo for you, Udo for you. ndozvakafanana nekuti munhu wabva muZimbabwe handiti woenda kuEngland wosvika woroora muZimbabwe wabva kuZimbabwe kudlasisa nederere wosvika kudlasisa nederere chizorisuwa waikoko zotanga wotsvaga wochinda hapana sadza here apanzara asi wambodya mapronzi wambodya spaghetti bolognese wambodya lasagna wamborowa malatte kuti wamborowa on the rocks without ice wapinda zvakota have like on the rocks please don't put ice oneka soft kandoda Stana was right. Kakaiva kasongi kako ainyura. Until next time, my name is Doc Bigala. This has been the Simuka Sketch Show. Until next time, bye bye. Take care of your loved ones. Kana wasina my loved ones. Ningo watu mama.